welcome back to another DCS Debrief. I'm Koosh. We're going to go through the latest set of engagements. This one, it's not just of myself. I'm going to go through some other players that I picked out that happened just before my engagement. So we'll talk about, as you see on the board, the F-14 Bravo by Stabfox 64, the F-15C Vapor, and in a little while the F-16C, the Ghost of Kyiv. And then we'll bring in a couple more as my engagement comes closer. Obviously, I don't have their video footage. I have mine, so this is just before it, so you see my ingressing from the north to the south as this is happening. But I'll be talking about their engagement as it happens until we get to my engagement, and that was, well, everything will sync up with what you see on the board. All right, let's roll right into it. As you see, I'm ingressing there in the bottom. We have the F-14B moving. He looks like he's got the F-15C ready to fire. He's moving in for the engagement. What he's about to do, I wouldn't recommend. You'll see here, the F-15C is climbing pretty hard. He's going Mach 1.6 up to about flight level 380. He just takes an AIM 7 shot. Let me pause it here. The AIM 7 shot from Stabfox 64, not an ideal shot for this Fox 1 shot here. He's starting to climb, which is good. That's fine. You want as much energy on the missile as possible. He's going a little over Mach, but the nose to tail ratio here is off the charts. He's never going to have this shot at all. It's about 17 miles between the two right now, and it doesn't have the legs. It just doesn't have the legs for the shot. So not a very good shot here from Stabfox 64. He does follow it up with an AIM 54 shot here, which you'll see in just a second, which is fine. That is fine, especially at this range and the legs it has. It's still, with the speed that this F-15C has and the opening up of the closure, it's not a good shot either. Better chance with the AIM 54C than this AIM 7. Obviously, it doesn't got a chance in hell. This F-15 is up to level 480. However, the Ghost of Kyiv, you see in the bottom here, he gets a good shot. He gets a good AIM 120 shot off here. He's pretty far. It's a medium-range missile, though. He's got the speed. He's got the altitude. Now, the maneuvering ability of the F-16C at this altitude is shit, but he's fast. He's really fast. That gives him the legs. Even though it's nose to tail, he can pull off this shot. As you see here, it's just going to speed bass at Mach 4 right past the same 54, which I don't think it would have made it anyway. F-15C tries to put out countermeasures to ditch it. He just doesn't do enough. Good shot all the way around from the Ghost of Kyiv on Vapor. Moving on, you see me in the picture now. We're going to actually focus on the F-16C, Tiger 2-1, and Spaghett 1-1 here. So, a little bit of bad stuff happening for Red Air here, not just before, but even now, as Spaghett has a shot. He's about almost flight level 190, and actually, where is Tiger? Let's move it a little bit so I can see here. Okay, so they're about co-altitude, which is fine. Closure, looks like they're well within zone for both these shots, but that's not what we're going to focus on here. Without maneuvering, the shots are fine on both ends. It's what Tiger 2-1 here does that Spaghett 1-1 doesn't do. As you see, Tiger 2-1, he's maneuvering. He's putting out countermeasures as appropriate. Pause here. We're going to have a good impact with the AIM 120 from Tiger 2-1. Is a good shot. As you see, as his shot from Spaghett 1-1 closes on Tiger 2-1, he actually gets below the terrain. He actually maneuvered. He did all the things you want to do to really lose the missile. And if you break line of sight, the missile has no shot. So that's what he did here. If he continued his turn with the chaff, keeping up the speed, he would have been fine as well. He elected to go below the terrain, get below. He moved. Perfect. That's what you want to do. And he did it well here. As you see, this shot is going to go, most likely impacts terrain as he goes down. This missile had no chance. Pause it again real quick. So you probably saw that I took a shot on Spaghett 1-1 as well. I didn't realize that a shot had already occurred. Otherwise, I just wouldn't have used the missile. No sense of redundancy there. So we trashed a shot. If Tiger 2-1 didn't take that AIM 120 shot, with the lack of maneuvering that Spaghett 1-1 did, he would have been dead to rights to that Fox 1 shot. Well, let's carry on a little bit further here. Actually, let's speed it up just a tad. We're going to speed it up just a tad. You see me closing in, closing in, closing in. Okay. I'm still ingressing. I'm pretty low. I'm 5,000 feet. I see this F-16C. He took a terrible shot at Tiger 2-1 off bore sight. That has no chance in hell. Tiger 2-1 again, doing everything he needs to do to ditch this missile. It just doesn't have the legs either. Let me pause it right here. So this F-16, the Loge, he's at flight level 300 basically, and he's trudging along. I think he sees me a little bit too late. He could have had me on his radar. I'm not entirely sure, but he really didn't do anything to maneuver. I'm doing what I can in a Mirage, staying low, staying off the picture, because I just don't have the SA tools that you really need to be effective in the Growling Sidewinder with an older plane like that. So my gameplay is I got to stay low, I got to stay close to base for the GCI. As you can see in my picture, I have no GCI right now. It's totally blanked out. So I see him visually. You can see him coming up into my cockpit there. I put in the full blower. I start to maneuver. I go into bore sight mode. I pick him up automatically. He's there. I'll wait for my end range and zone. You can't really see there, but I was just I shot. I'll pause here. Shot a little bit outside of in zone. I was just a little bit before that, but with the aspect enclosure, that was fine. As you see, it travels at Mach 2. He's at Mach 1.3. The distance, I want to say it was about 9 to 10 miles. Let's see if I can actually read it on the tape here when I maneuver. I fly in VR, so sometimes it's hard to actually capture that. No, I can't see it there. But yeah, it impacts, had all the legs, had all the speed, no maneuvering for you. Again, it goes back to how does DCS model countermeasures? I'm not exactly sure. I know being an electronic warfare officer, flying in a tactical aircraft, it's not modeled correctly, but to some level it has to be, I would assume. I have used countermeasures, love it. It's got the integrated jamming, it's great. So yeah, the Loge had no chance here. Fox 1 kill. Sucks to be him. Sorry, man. Well, anyway, that was pretty much the quick roundup of today's engagement. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Maybe you learned something, maybe you didn't. We'll keep pressing with the series. If there's anything you want to see or do, I'll do anyone's engagement if they want. It'd be great. Stay tuned. Okay, now let me do this. Talking at normal pitch. That's not the right one. Okay.